Alright guys, what's up? Sunday evening. I'll let this stuff dry all day in the heat. And I already scuffed it down with the red Scotch-Brite and wiped it down with the wax and grease remover, so that's all ready to go. I'm just going to base it tonight and leave it, and tomorrow I'll stop reworking it. And hopefully I won't. I think the problem was I just kept laying on paint on top of paint, and then I went at it with the candy, and I don't know about flash times. I know I let it flash off, but maybe it was still a little too wet, and I think that's why, because this is the second time I'm having a reaction. And usually when I do a base and I walk away from it and come back and I do all the airbrushing and I let that dry and come back and candy, I don't have an issue. So I think it's all the fresh paint. And the candy's a little, it's essentially a blending clear, so stuff's really nasty, it really melts. So, and that's another thing when I do this, I gotta make sure I just do a nice little tack coat with the candy at first, and let that really flash off, and come back to do another like stick coat, nice tacky coat, and then I'll take it from there. So, also on the docket here, Justin, he wants his goalie helmet painted. Worked out a theme. It was going to be skulls with lightning bolts, but it ended up being I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with this. He wants the monster logo on one side, and he wants this skull on the other side here, like this. And then we're gonna do the skull that I cut out and designed. We're gonna do that throughout, like I'm doing everything else, and then maybe some lightning over the top of all of that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But it's gonna be the black with the candy green. Since I'm running everything at once, I already got some base mixed up, ready to go. So I'm just gonna shoot this tonight and that, and we're gonna call it a night. So take 2, part 2 of the steering column. Hopefully this time I'll get it. Alright guys, back in a bit. Okay, coat 1, nice medium wet coat. This Wanda stuff, it really covers nice. This is coat 1. And I'm not laying it in heavy because you can actually see the bleed through. So that's just like a standard first coat. Nice coverage, lays down flat. Metallics lay down nice and flat, looks good. I like, Wendell asked me how I like it. So far so good, but I haven't done a big enough project to really, like a complete panel. And but that might be in the works, because we're going to be doing some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Corollas coming back into town, and I got to move him, so I got to get him done, painted, and out. And we're going to go with the teal that originally comes with it, but we're going to incorporate some silver and some black into it. I got a fin over there I'm going to throw on it, and I'm going to make it look a little sportier, so when I do move it, young kids, they are. If it looks cool, it's worth every penny. So when I have the stuff, I got to get rid of it anyway, so I'm not going to, I got all the paint for it. I'm not just going to throw that away. This first coat on this too, nice coverage, not bad. You can still see the green through it. So we're waiting for it to flash off. 5 to 10 minutes. It's in the heat, so that stuff's gonna flash pretty quick. And it could be a little warmer in here, and it's actually starting to get warmer as we're going. Shaky cam. So yeah, there's coat 2. Coat 1, coat 2 coming soon. Alright guys, back in a bit. Coat 2, a little heavier, a little wetter. Really wet. But I know what's going to happen to this helmet, so it's going to get kicked around and beat up, so I'm not too worried about it. I like it. I like this stuff. I really do. I have a little bit of splotching going on right there. See it? But that's going to get all covered up and some dents. in the sanding, you can see it. That takes a gold, he's got a chrome cage that goes over that, so. And we got that one all buttoned up. I might do just one light drop coat on it, and that's it. Call that a day. Another drop coat on this, call that a day. And hopefully it's a save, so stay tuned. Goalie mask and steering columns. See how those go hand in hand. Alright, see ya. Third and final coat. Good coverage. Looking good. Metallics are looking good. Everything looks good. Nice and flat. That also, nice and flat. That looks good. And clean up with a degree or two, but gonna run the heat for a little while longer, then shut the shop down. Done for today. And I'm walking away from it, and maybe that's the error of my ways, trying to rush things. So, like this, I allowed all these things to flash off, and they're, you know, the way you're supposed to. And I got about almost 10 minutes between coats. So, and that's where a lot of the time consumption is there. Essentially waiting for paint to dry. And I don't know if you're like me. I like to move things along. When I gotta wait like this, it just I don't know, it makes me nervous. I'm edgy. And this thing, I think I'm gonna take it all apart, see what was going on with this. There's a problem here. You can see all the black paint out the backside through the packing. So I mean, it should be a decent gun. For some odd reason, when I was just trying to get air, I wasn't getting air. I was getting just paint right away as soon as I pressed the trigger, and the needle wasn't moving. So there's got to be something, or adjustment, or bad needle, or something that's going on with this airbrush. It's a cheapie, but still, it shouldn't be working the way it is. It should be actually working better than that. And then the old faithful Harbor Freight $20 airbrush guns, I had to go break them out of storage, and they actually helped me along. And one of them's kind of starting to spit too, so I got to figure out, I got to take these all apart and see what's going on, see what the skinning is. So we'll take this thing apart and see what happens. Maybe there's something that's got to be tightened up or cleaned, and see how it goes. Alright guys, so like I say, I'll bring it back when I start putting some stencil on and some color, and I'm going to be masking off this M right on the silver, because that's going to be left as bright as I can get it, because when I do the mint green over that, I want it to really stand out. And there will be some shading in it though, like it is on the logo. There's some shading on this side of the M. So I'll just take some black and fog that in, but for the most part I want that as silver as it can be. Alright, so we'll see ya on the next one. Alright, take it easy. Day 2. Day 2. I got these kind of loose flame pattern drawn out. I got that all masked off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the iron nose. This has already all been pre-cut on the outside edge. I'll peel this off, and I'll use this part of the stencil to reestablish my outline. Fog the inside of that, and try to dress that up. And we're going to start laying in skulls here. I got the monster symbol here. It's all masked off. What happens when I'm all done with this, when I come back and start doing the candy, I'll pull the tape off. You can see it. I'll pull this tape off, and then I'll just shade in on the inside edges, and then hit it all with the candy. But for now, we're just gonna do the skulls on this and down here. And his nickname is Big Daddy Beef. That's what they gave him, his nickname at school. Well, somebody did, and he wanted me to put that in font across here, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. So maybe across here, or little letters, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So if not, whatever, it's gonna look just as cool. And I'll do some of the skulls on that when I'm done with this. set that aside, and actually it's going to benefit me because I'll actually have that drying pretty much. And we got the heat cranking. It's like 80 degrees in here. I take it. I'll take it. Alright, enough of that. So bring you back when I got this all sculled out. See ya. Alright, we got this all shaded in and done to the best of my ability. This is my first time trying to highlight something a little bit bigger. I think it looks too cartoony, but we're going to bury it in candy. It's only a goalie mask. I'll get better. Practice makes perfect. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use the candy on this, and if I get a reaction on this, then I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's the Wanda paint, because I used Limco silver base before and I never had an issue. Well, I can't say that I did have it, but that day was really bad. But I was using this stuff as a base, silver base, and I didn't have any problems for the most part, except for that one day where I just rushed it. So what I'm going to do is use this as a, I hate to say it, it's going to be a guinea pig to see how it goes, and then well, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, catch you back in a bit. Alright, that's the first coat of candy. Very light. I'm going to let it really dry up, and we'll see how it goes. So this first coat, so far nothing's happening. The skulls are pretty much staying intact. I'm not getting any of that bubbling or the running. Everything looks okay. So give it about 6-7 minutes. Like I say, it's really warm in here. I got a nice maintained 80 degrees, and but you can see rain cloud, so it's kind of outside. But fingers crossed. Alright guys, back in a bit. 3 coats of candy. Color, the skulls are still intact, which is a good thing. And all this masked off stuff is going to remain that silver. He liked the silver, so he wanted to retain some of that color, so I obliged, and I agree. I think it's going to look cool with the silver background with the green monster logo, and it's not getting much darker, so I think that's going to be it. So we're going to let this really dry, tack off, and then I'm going to break out some clear coat. I'm starting to do the skulls on the column now. I'm working my way up, but I would like to put the column on the bench. Ooh, sorry about that. I keep doing that. I forget. You guys are taking you along with me and you're going left or right. I like to put the column on the bench because on that little cable that I got it tied off on, it's just moving all around when I'm trying to stencil it out. So I'm digging it. It's looking good. I think he's gonna like it. We're gonna unmask it. We're not gonna put any more candy on it. I think that's dark enough. And I'll bring you back when it's all unmasked. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Alright, we had no ill effects and everything worked out. He got his monster logo that he want. I had a little hot rod flame, some ghost skulls. I gotta clear all this stuff up. I got the alien skull here, or whatever kind of skull that was. So I have to refine my not my masking, but my cutting, because I'm really, if you can see it, I'm really scoring. But I know this was going to be a goalie helmet and this thing was going to get beat up. I'm using really thick automotive paint, tape. I'm going to end up getting some masking film. It's a little lighter gauge and you can easily cut through it. You don't have to worry about digging into the paint. But what I'll do is I'm going to bury it in clear. I don't mind the scratches because you know he's going to be dumping this thing when he takes it off and dropping it on its face. So it looks cool. So I was happy with it. I didn't get a meltdown, and we're gonna finish that now. Well, I got everything in the gun, so but we're gonna let this tack off, and I think it looks pretty cool. He's got a gold chrome cage that goes over here, so it's all chrome. So silver, green, cool. I like it. All right, guys. So I don't know if I'll tag anything on the end of this video, or we'll call this one done with the goalie mask. But once we see it in clear, we'll see how it goes. So no reaction today. I guess you gotta let your stuff really dry if you're gonna do this type of work. So maybe we'll see in clear, maybe we won't. And I'm pleased with it. He's gonna be really pleased with it. And let me get this done so I can get this all together and clear and run the gun at once with everything. Alright, so see you in a bit. Coat one to clear. Looks good. So far so good. No runs. No muss, no fuss. What do you think of it, Justin?
Badass.
You're gonna own some noobs, like he says, and I got the column first coat of clear too. Justin says he doesn't want to be part of the gang yet because he doesn't have a vehicle. We're working on getting him a Jeep, so when he graduates, he's gonna have a Jeep. That's his graduation present.
Honor roll.
Honor roll. Very good. Everybody, you're Justin an attaboy. Proud of him. Even though he slacked for 3 years in high school, and right at his senior year, he decides to kick it up a gear and do the right thing. So at least he did the right thing. He didn't wait. So that looking good. Well, now we're flashing off. I'm gonna hit 3 coats on this, and I'm gonna put maybe 4 or 5 on this one. Cause what's Justin gonna do?
Own some noobs.
What else are you gonna do? You're gonna drop it on the ground. You're gonna throw it down when you're done playing.
I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna lightly place it on the floor.
All right. At least you take care of it somewhat. That'd be fine. It's gonna take a few pucks across the top of it too. So, you like what Dad did? All right. Cool. All right, guys. So I'll bring it back when everything's super glossy, and we'll call that one done. All right. Peace, Justin. Meh. Looks familiar. This time I fogged it in and I blacked out the ends. So there's some ghosting in this flame. And we're going to demask it. Try spraying candy on it. And then we're going to hit everything with clear. See you in a bit. Spooky. And look at all this extra clear. It's gonna go to waste. I got 4 coats on it. I think that's enough. I don't want to go too heavy and have the thing all cracking all over the place. Justin's stoked. I got 3 on this one. No melting skulls today. No, it's just a reassembly. And yeah, that's it. I got the flames in there, and I don't know if it's picking it up. They're very fainted. There's still, you can see the skulls in there. I can see it where I'm standing, but I don't know about what the camera picks up. Keep showing a completely different color from what I'm seeing. But yeah, that's done. I'm happy with it. Take 2, I guess, like someone said, it'll be done better the second time around because you have practice on it. Well, I wasn't going to get discouraged because it's not the first time it's happened, and it's not like you can't fix it. So, Wendell, I think it's alright, man. I think you'd be happy using it. I think you'd like it. And we're going to just let this, I'm not even going to buff it. I'm not even going to buff this because he's just going to beat the snot out of it, but it's got a chrome cage on it. And when we get together, maybe I'll do a little vid on it all done with the cage in it. With the chrome cage. Looks pretty good. Kind of like that he kept the silver. He wanted to keep the silver in it. So that's cool. Alright guys, so this is Mark from the Second Gen. All my bros out there, once again, thanks for watching, sticking around, and you know, hanging out with me. It's cool. It's good to know I got people watching my videos and they're interested in. This is all for nothing. So, or it's not all for nothing. How's that? Let me word that properly. Be well, be safe. Do the right thing, guys, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.